Kelli, I love how Greg and his team don't hide the fact that season 1 was streaming on Netflix while y'all were filming season 2.
Okay, here we go.
Why do you think you want so badly to be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader?
I love it.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
How did that impact your training camp process, if at all?
I think, honestly, we're used to cameras, and Greg's team manages to be as discreet and less intrusive, as least intrusive as possible. So it doesn't really affect what we're doing. I mean, we're training for a football game and a live performance, and the cameras are just capturing that. Thank goodness they don't take a lot of time to repo and do some of the things that really slow down the momentum, because we do have a lot to accomplish in a 3-hour rehearsal each night.
Getting into sort of the meat of the season, Kelli, you really took cutting Dayton hard.
I want to too, but not if I'm not ready for it.
Right.
It's hard to say you're not ready because you've been around this your whole life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Do you wish you had made that tough decision earlier, or did you want to give her every opportunity to prove herself?
We were giving her and everybody else in training camp every opportunity. We don't have a formula for we're cutting one person or two people tonight. We know when we're getting closer and closer to the season and what our final roster of 36 would be. But in Dayton's case, we absolutely I think we cut her earlier in training camp than later. But we gave her every chance we could, and then we could just see there was some struggle from her on the choreography. And so we don't want to keep someone longer than we need to make the right, thoughtful, purposeful decision.
And just following up with that, how is your relationship with Shelly today?
It's fine. I mean, Shelly's a coworker of ours. I'm sure there's some unspoken, a little scar tissue or pain points. It has to be. She's a mother, and it's her daughter. But she's always been a very valuable member of our staff.
Judy, after 40 years with the squad, season 2 saw you grappling with your legacy. You say you don't want to be remembered as a hard worker, but rather as someone who's warm and known for their hugs. Were you surprised how vulnerable you became in front of the cameras?
I think I've always been that way. I've always wanted the girls to love us. That's been really important to me. So maybe I just let loose a little bit more this year because there were some that needed it. They needed me to be changed, to be different towards them this year.
And Kelli, did Judy's confession surprise you at all?
Not really, because I know Judy's core is harmony. She wants harmony amongst people. Her job requires her to command a room, take charge, and react quickly. And there's times where it's no conversation, no questions. We're changing a routine because someone's injured and we have 2 minutes. So she commands a room when she has to, but her truest nature is that of harmony.
Judy, you mentioned that some of the girls had a little tough this season, needed a little bit more love. You were one of the first to mention that Chandi was having a tough time. You noticed something was off with her before the Bahamas trip.
After we came back from the Bahamas and Chandi needed to take a leave of absence, we had to go on with rehearsals.
Was revisiting this last season tough for you, and are you proud of her today?
I think the whole situation was tough. It was tough on our whole team, but we relate to Chandi, and we understand that she was going through some really tough times, and we will always support Chandi. We love her. She's been a great cheerleader for 6 years, and she had a little hiccup at the end, but we still respect her.
And Kelli, I know you would do anything for your girls, and I know you had to be thrilled to see them receive what they felt was fair compensation.
Our efforts were heard, and they wanted to give us a raise, and we ended up getting a 400% increase, which is like life-changing.
What was it like to see them achieve their goals?
I was very proud for them. We all, the entire organization wants to make sure they feel valued, and it just needed to be a discussion at the right time when we could make changes, and that has happened now. And they're happy with the program's enhancements. We're happy with them, and you know, it's a great thing. We want our team to be productive and happy and feel valued.
Judy, I know our Cowboys didn't have the greatest season last year. You know, what's the biggest challenge for the girls to perform when maybe the fans are feeling a little low?
I think it showed a lot this season what troopers they are and what they can bring out of themselves to give great performances even though we're not winning the game. And it was very disappointing this year, but our job has to go on.
And Kelli, like you, I am a huge Kacey Musgraves fan.
You're my therapist now. Y'all gotta look, see what you gotta really listen to her words.
I have no business being anyone's therapist. I have a good one myself.
You're very inspirational. Thank you so much.
She is a brilliant poet, songwriter.
What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, I feel like I have a relationship with Kacey. We're both from East Texas. We've communicated, so that's how that whole performance came about. She's just, I think she's a beautiful artist. She's a fellow East Texan for me. I think she's a poet. I think she's just a beautiful artist. And I was thrilled. I mean, so many things, literally our stars aligned, or our planets, with Kacey for that to work. It was a busy day too. We also had a Christmas show the same day.
Oh, that's right.
I've told her that. I'm like, when I really need to chill, I just turn on my Kacey Musgraves. But she equally is a big fan of the cheerleaders, and hopefully we'll have more activities with her.
And is Deeper Well your favorite song, or do you have another that is a go-to?
Oh, I love all of her songs. I like her song Rainbow. That one was so beautiful at the concert. I like all of her songs, so I can't pick a favorite. And I like one of her originals, Merry Go Round. But her songs remind me so much of my hometown that they're just so familiar. They just make you yearn for home.
What do you think the legacy of this season's DCC squad is going to be?
Each year, our squad chooses a hashtag that kind of is their thing. And this year, interestingly, and way early in the season, their hashtag was United. And I think they have been united. I think they've been united in many situations this year that have given them strength.